Let's begin. F.E.A.R 2 Project Origin. The original F.E.A.R had a quality shotgun that scored highly. As for the sequel, oh my goodness, it's superb. Size on screen is perfect, not obscuring a quarter of your vision. Rate of fire is spot on, not too fast but rapid enough to keep multiple enemies at bay with skill. Shot sound effects itself is understated, but as part of the whole audio-visual mix, it's menacing. Impacts on enemies are top class, excellent staggering, correctly weighted ragdolls on death, and now throw in some jibbing for gratuitous over-the-top moments. Environment damage is quality too, and it's all wrapped up in a neat slow-mo bullet time package which elevates everything to further excite the senses. All considered, this shotgun makes you a 100% badass. Stunning job, Monolith, take a bow. 10 out of 10. The automatic shotgun, which is actually a semi-auto, is a bit of a washout compared to the combat shotgun. It's not particularly fast firing for its class, and the spread is narrower, making it more suitable for mid-range gunplay. Each shot sounds too diluted considering the size of this thing, which also looks a bit dull and has basic animation. The positives in the enemy impacts and reactions still apply, so you will get some fun out of it. NecroVision. Nice. Real-world gun copies only get included in this series if it's in a fantasy setting like we have here. Sorry, zombie wave shooters. Unfortunately, even though this gun looks and sounds right, it's a disorientating affair. With over-the-top camera jump on each shot, screen judder when switching weapons, and even a poor animation loop glitch where the pump stock disappears momentarily during the shotgun's idle state. That aside, enemy impacts are animated well, but needed more audio-visual feedback for landing shots, as unless you blow a limb right off, it's lacking clarity. A slamfire mode would have made for a fitting trench broom here too. Killzone 2! The LS-13 shotgun returns, but without its double-shot alt-fire. It's not a big miss, however, as the rest of the impacts and enemy reactions are superb. It's got bags of weight and makes you a supreme killing force with a little practice. Blow heads right off and knock back enemies with a satisfying punch. The shot sound is a little weak, has a slow rate of fire, and there's the inescapable aiming limitations of using a console controller, but once you mentally sync with the lag, it's great fun. Scorpion Disfigured. This one is a train wreck. Let's get the positives out the way. The model looks passable. Now for the negatives. Its shot is completely bent. Shots come out at ridiculous angles that don't even come close to the screen crosshair. Just look at this. You can imagine the chore this makes out of the combat. It sounds pathetic, has bog standard animation, and impacts on enemies just show a fine red mist in the general area where you hit them. Cue overly floaty ragdoll physics on death, and that's it.
Ready to support.
The Conduit. Another copy of the Frankie Spaz 12 gauge, but we get to blast interdimensional bugs with it. The sound is very, very unpleasant, however. The fidelity and pitch is way off. The the worst score in this series in fact. Impacts are basic, with no real staggering or limb-based flinching animations. They just take hits no problem till death, but at least there's clear audio and visual feedback confirming a hit. Those death animations are nicely done too. The rate of fire, however, is too slow, with more screen-filling vertical pumps and no option for semi-auto fire.
That should be all of them. Let's keep moving.
Section 8. This airdrop looks familiar. Multiplayer-only games don't feature in this series, but Section 8 does actually offer a solo campaign. Just. The model designs of the two shotguns available are delightful, very distinctive and sci-fi. Unfortunately, you're basically just playing a Halo multiplayer match. Enemies take damage without even flinching as you knock away their shields, after which you just rinse and repeat to get the kill. It's a multiplayer game pretending to have a campaign, so as you can expect, it scores very low in the impact category. Environment damage is also at a bare minimum. This one looks like it started life as a spaceship docking yard, scaled down to fit in your hands. Looks and animates differently, but functions exactly the same as the other. They are very static on screen when moving, which always makes things feel too light. The sound effects are basic, and we don't have any all-fire mode. Killing floor! We can find two fictional shotguns designed by the developers here and so get included in this video series. This shotgun has an amazing wham factor. The sound effect has a powerful whip to it. Combined with a tight spread, it's nearing a railgun in terms of effect on enemies. It's a simple design with a slight sci-fi flair, great intensity, but also a touch too repetitive. Needed an alt-fire mode. Enemies have satisfying gory impacts and limb dismemberments, if a little rough around the edges. The multi-chamber Z-Thrower is a DLC purchase and community-made, inventive steampunk shotgun. It's worth a look for its quirkiness and it feels very odd to fire. Fully automatic, so you are dealing a lot more carnage and pushback when continuously fired. It makes a mess alright. It's more interesting than the HSG one, and I actually had a lot more fun with this one. At the end of the day, these are not amazing shotgun experiences, but ones that are satisfactory for the games of which they comprise. I love it!